Hello everybody, today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to talk over gameplay instead of talking while I play. This will hopefully make my videos more concise. Today we're going to be talking about how materialism has damaged society today. Okay, and I would like to say both on societal levels and personal levels. So this will help you, if you watch this, to really think about how materialism affects you in your daily life. So the first thing I'm going to go into is how we forget about our moral values in order to have material gain in the short and long run. So we can see this everywhere. People neglect their values of, let's say, like child labor. They're against it. But for material gain, they'll use these resources. They'll use, let's say, factories that use child labor to produce their clothing or goods and negate their values, forget about their values in order to achieve these things. So you see people justifying the unjustifiable because of material possession or gain. They want a bigger house, more money, or a nicer car. And because of that, they begin to neglect their moral values and do whatever will give them material gain. This is a big issue because do we really care about our moral values if we allow something like material possession, not like we're starving or we're homeless or we're in a place of need, but just purely material gain in the the biggest factor, like just over consume, like an over amount of material, like an unnecessarily amount of money to achieve a certain amount of material possession. Because of that, we neglect our moral values in order to have this gain in the short run, or even in the long run. Right? You can see this. People don't care about where they buy their goods from. That's like I would say short run, and in the long run, we see how this affects society and how we neglect these moral things in order to receive goods, receive a better house, a nicer car, more money, more capital. Yeah. Next point I would want to get into is we want more than we need. And this with this greed comes unsustainable living. So materialism has made people want their dreams. Let's say the dreams for a lot of people is to have a big house and a nice car or even multiple cars. Like I remember I was a kid. I was like, what do I want to be when I'm older? I want to have a giant house, a big mansion with 100 rooms and multiple cars. And we're sold this lot. We're sold this dream of being rich and having all these goods and having all these resources, having all these possessions, all these material things. But it's all unsustainable. If everyone actually achieve that? Could everyone actually have that? And even the people that do have that, are they using it? Are they really using all those cars? Do they really need all those cars? Do they really need all those houses, all those rooms? No, they don't. It's greed. It's overconsumption. It's overpossession. They have all these things, but you don't need it. And with that, you run into all these problems about how we want more than what we truly need, how we want more than what is truly necessary. And we focus on getting all these things and how that would fill us, how that will make us feel fulfilled, make us feel wanted, make us feel successful. But when you really get it, nothing really changes. Right? I could have a room. I could have a room if I'm only one person living in a house. All I need is a room, kitchen, a bathroom, right? If I have 10 more of those things, it's not like my life's gonna be any better in any meaningful way. I'm just gonna have more. But that's what we're sold on. That's what we want. That's what we're told. Oh, we need to get this. We need to get more cars. Do I really need more cars? Am I even gonna like the car, all my cars equally? No, I'm gonna drive one more majority of the time. I don't even need, you don't need all those cars. And because of the over amount of that stuff, you're gonna value it less. I remember I saw this one PewDiePie video, let's say, and he's like this millionaire YouTuber, if you don't know who PewDiePie is. And I saw he said, I only own one pair of shoes. I'm like, why does he do that? That makes no sense. Like, I would want more shoes if I was that rich. But when he got into it, I didn't really understand it now, but I do understand it. I mean, I didn't understand it then, but now I understand it. It is more special if you only have one of thing. Only have one of a certain thing you need. This thing, this possession, means more to you. It matters more to you. You can spend more money on it as well. Because if you only have one of it, you don't need to say, oh, I can have multiple. I need to allocate my money elsewhere, allocate my resources elsewhere. If it's only one thing you need, only one thing you want, you can actually invest like into it. You don't need to put all this money elsewhere to get more of that certain resource. So everything will become more sustainable if we stop focusing on material possessions, right? We'll have people wanting to just take what they need, right? Buy what they want, buy what they need, or consume what they need, and not be in the state of materialization. You can see this everywhere. People, they always want to buy new clothes or buy new things. Buy. Does this buy actually help them? Does this really give them happiness in a fulfillment way, in a successful way, where you're like, oh, I'm happy because I bought this thing? So you can be happy in the short run, but you're never fully fulfilled by buying things. You're never, really. I've never bought something and been like fulfilled my whole life. My life's complete now that I bought this thing. And we're sold this lie that, oh, if you buy a bigger house, a nicer house, a better car, we're gonna be magically fulfilled, oh yeah, my life is good, my life is successful. But that's not the really things that matter. That's not the true things that matter in society, in our lives. It's not the true thing that matters. Okay, and then the last point I want to get into is to focus on material, blind society on things that truly matter, and instead focus on individual increase of material possessions. Now we can see this everywhere. Right? We can see this in individualism itself and how it's so inherently selfish. Inherently selfish in the way that I only do what is self-betterment, self-interest. I only do the thing that benefits me and only me or people around me. This thinking is backwards. Because if you truly want change to happen, if you truly want like our condition to be better, we'd have to help the communities we live in, because that's how we get most fulfillment. Most of the fulfillment comes from personal connections, personal relationships. If we want our society and fulfillment to be better, we should increase our personal relationships, increase how we connect to others, increase these things, increase how other people are spending their life. If we can look out on the news and there's good things happening, if in our community there's good things happening, we're going to be happy because of that. Our moods are going to improve, and our overall worldview will become better because we see good, we see betterment in our world instead of this negativity. So when you have this material, people, they think about, oh, how do I get more money? How do I get a better house? Instead of thinking things like, oh, how do I treat people better? How to become a better person? How do I have better character? How do I help people? How do I bring people out of depression? Or help people that are less fortunate? Or do better in my life as a better person with better character? But instead of being better character, in our society today, materialism, you focus on yourself. You focus on actually becoming a worse character, becoming a more selfish character, becoming things that will inherently better you and not others. And this behavior is rewarded, while collective behavior, focusing on other, is not really rewarded in a meaningful way. You're not really rewarded for these things. Not really, right? You're only really rewarded if you're focused on what is good for you. Focusing on yourself, focus on getting that money, getting that bag, chasing that car, chasing that big house. That's how you're rewarded. You're not rewarded if you want to make change in the world. You're not rewarded if you help your people out in your neighborhood, unless you do it for like self-betterment. unless you record it. You make money off it. You make money off the videos you make. So this just has corrupted society at large. Society at large has become obsessed with the material, obsessed with selfish desire. And from that, we really see the negative effects of it. And all viewpoints, like how we forget our moral values in order to make material good in the short and long run. How we want more than what we need, and this comes unsustainable living, and the focus on the material it blinds society on things that truly matter, and instead makes society focus on individual increase of material possession instead of things that truly matter, like helping people, like doing good, like being a better person. Together, this brings us to a conclusion that materialism has damaged society's worldview at large and coaxes them into a belief that their material possession matters more than anything else. So when you are sold this dream of materialism, when you're sold this dream and this idea that the material matters, that what I can achieve, what I can get matters the most, it damages how people think. It damages communities. Because if you have everyone in the community only thinking about themselves, how are we ever going to progress as a community? How are we ever going to progress as a society in general? We're not. That's the thing. We're not going to progress as a society. Because without us really focusing and us very highlighting and rewarding behavior that helps people, that is, we would say, truly valuable. In the sense that, like how people value people that are good, people with value that have good character, and they don't lie, they don't manipulate, and they treat others kindly, and they focus on their dreams, what interests them truly, not what will give them material gain, because material gain is not fulfilling. If you focus on what truly is interesting to you, that's not really a material thing. Majority of the time, that's some type of action, some type of activity, some type of hobby, right? It's not, buying things. It's not owning things. It's like, what do you like to do? I like to own things. People don't say that. People don't say, I like to own things. I like to have possession over things. Like, if someone said, I like to own things, like to have possession over things, you kind of call them crazy. But the thing is, everyone wants that. Everyone wants possession over things. Pretty much everyone would want more stuff. Yeah, pretty much everyone wants more shit. Just more shit in their life. They don't really need the shit. They don't need that Shein order, that Shein haul. They don't need that new Nike shoes. They don't need any of that. But they buy anyways. They invest in anyways. They work for it anyways. You know why? Because you're sold this lie. You're sold that this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to achieve. This is what you're supposed to look towards as, this is my dream. But the thing is, this dream is not a real dream because it's not filling when you get it, right? Look at real dreams. You look at real wants and needs that are meaningful. Once you do it, you feel a sense of accomplishment in the way that you're fulfilled. You're fulfilled when you go out and help somebody. You're fulfilled when you're doing what you love to do. You're fulfilled in all that. But when it comes to buying shit, you're not really fulfilled in that. You just bought it. Maybe you're happy. Maybe you're like, look, this cool thing. And then in a week it gets old. In a week it gets normal again. Because it's not real fulfilling. It's not sustaining. It's not sustainable. It's just giving into that want. It's selling you that want. But it's not something you need. And what you truly need, it's not the goal because it's not profitable, right? What you truly need is to help other people. What you truly need is community. What you truly need is connection. This is what you truly need. But we don't reward that behavior because it's not profitable. It's not profitable for the people in charge, the real people in charge, right? And yeah, that's what I would say in the end. I would just, in a closing statement, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here, is that you should begin to focus on what you truly think matters instead of these material ideas, or the material belief that your possessions is what matter, what you own is what matters. Because you really look at it, you look at the facts, that doesn't really matter. It's not fulfilling in a meaningful way. It's not sustaining you in a place of happiness. It's not making you truly happy in life, right? You could give a homeless person with no friends. Actually, no, I don't think it was. You get a rich person, which was sad a lot of times because they're not doing what they love. They're living a miserable life at a job they hate, working for someone in a company, in a community that they find is toxic, that they find is demeaning. And because of their work, they can't find any meaningful connection outside of it. They're lonely. They have no family. They don't hang out with their friends. They don't find a partner. And they don't do what's good either. They don't do what's good either to help people because they're not focused on these things. And they wonder why. Why am I still sad? Hey, I have a car. Hey, I have my big house. Hey, I have $1 million in the bank. Why am I still sad? That's why. Because you never found what you truly want. You never found what you truly desire. And that is community. That is relationships. I saw this down once, is that majority of people on their deathbed regret neglecting their relationships in some capacity. Whether that be personal, family relationships, friend relationships. It's almost always the relationship. They never said, oh, I wish I had this car. Oh, I wish I had a bigger house. It's always about your relationships. It's always around the people around you because humans are made as social creatures. We're made to be social and we should focus on our communities because that is what we truly inherently want and desire. So yeah, my advice to you as I wrap up this video is to begin to focus and truly ponder, truly think and sit down, put away your phone, put away the propaganda, put away other people's ideas and think about what you truly want, what you truly found value in, what you truly think is something you should work towards doing because it will find you real fulfillment, not the fulfillment that you get from buying a new iPhone or a new car or a new piece of clothing because that's not sustainable fulfillment. It is just in the moment. And after that, it gets boring. It gets old. It becomes normal. And you no longer fulfill. Find what truly fulfills you, what truly sustains you, and what truly satisfies your desires. And I think for majority of people, one of the things that will always be a part of that is community, is connection, is relationships. So foster those and become a better person so that you may treat those relationships, those people in your lives better. And act better as a person altogether. So yeah, I'm in the video here. Leave any comments, any suggestions. Tell me if you like the gameplay. I'll probably change it for the next video I make. And yeah, I'm gonna start doing this more often. Start focusing on content more because I've seen the need. I've really discerned about what I want, and I think this is what I want to do. I want to make change. I want to inspire people to wake up, become more conscious. So, goodbye, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day or night.